Hello again and welcome back to I must buy everything I have ever heard of in secondhand bookstores just to desperately fill up these overwhelmingly large shelves I wished upon a genie for and actually received without thinking it would come true, but it has, and now here I am sitting in the consequences of my own requests. Hi! This is a book haul. Hello everyone and welcome back to the Neverland Book Club. I've bought a lot more books since the last time we stood here instead of sat there, talking about all the bookie bargains I've been able to buy. Some have actually been full price since my ability to think rationally just flies right out the window when the possibility of escapism is at hand. The ability just escapes me. My dear husband has informed me, bless him, bless you, did you sneeze? He has informed me that I have spent more on books in the past 2 months than I had in the entire year of 2021. And you know what? I'm worth it. I get up early, I go to work, I adult as much as I can, let me play. Before we begin, I'd like to share a little app I found and have become obsessed with, though I have yet to buy anything off of it since I am now afraid of the snowball effect it could have on my already bruised wallet. Tango Books. This is basically like one of those let-go apps but it's strictly for books. The only complaint I have about the app is that you can only really buy books from one seller at a time, so if someone has just one book of an entire series you want, well, what good is that? Or if someone just has one book you've been looking for on their entire selling shelf for $5, but they have a $25 spending limit for free shipping, then what am I supposed to do with that? Everyone knows it's only ever worth it if shipping is free. Remember, I'm a frugal, spoiled brat. All right, let's get into it. Only 5 of these books are bargain priced. The rest were bought full price, and most of them are a result of my recent obsession with fantasy, so strap in. First, we have Cersei by Madeline Miller. No, not that Cersei. This one, a Greek witch banished by Zeus himself. He's not a very agreeable person, is he? Old Zeusy. Although this little paperback had a bit of wear and tear on the cover, and I found a curious little bookmark on page 156, which tells me someone DNF'd it. But it was only $10, so I was sold. Is that more or less the same price it would have been online? Brand new? Probably. But I was at my favorite secondhand bookstore already in spending mentality, and like I said, rationality. Escape. Sold. All right, next we have China Rich Girlfriend by Kevin Kwan. Now, I had read Crazy Rich Asians a long time ago on my iPad Kindle phone, so I never had a physical copy, but when I saw book 2, which I never got a chance to read, with just a few scratches on the cover, I was sold. Just little scratches. Book 2 follows Rachel Chu's story as her wedding to the tall, sexy, conveniently rich Nicholas Young is around the corner. But then, apparently, her birth father throws a wrench in her honeymoon phase. What? I'm not sure, I need to read it. I want to feel expensive, give me the bouge. Sold. $6. Ironic. Artemis by Andy Weir. I wish there was a D at the end of your name, so you could be Andy Weird. That was a bad joke. Remember a few years back when Matt Damon used his own waste to produce potatoes on Mars? Yeah, that was also written by Andy Weir. He's weird. That was The Martian. Was that Matt Damon? On brand with Weir's stories, orbiting around space. Oh, there was a joke in there. Forgot to wink. On brand with Weir's stories, orbiting around space travel. Artemis tells the story of a woman living in the first and only lunar colony. As soon as I read that sentence in the description, I was immediately sold. And then I kept reading the description. A heist, conspiracy, a city that needs saving, all of that in only 300 pages? And only $7 for the hardcover? Sold. I bought it. I was sold. Next, we have The Last Equation of Isaac Severi by Nova Jacobs. A novel in clues. Ooh, another book of the month hardback I was able to find. Again, I'm not sure when I'll join, but I think it's inevitable at this point. All of my money is now just waiting to be spent on books. I don't need food or new clothes. You've seen me recycle the same 4 black outfits over and over at this point, so I may as well be a cartoon character. The first sentence of the description had me hooked. Days after famed mathematician Isaac Severay dies in an apparent suicide at his Los Angeles home, his adopted granddaughter Hazel, owner of a struggling bookstore, receives a letter from him. Right then, I see a slew of key words that intrigue me. Math, apparent suicide, so not a definitive one. Los Angeles, struggling, bookstore, letter, so all of the words, really. This book also promises secret organization, a mathematical puzzle to treasure, and an adult spin on Blue's Clues. Originally $25, hardback for only $7. Sold. And last on our bargain list is Den of Vipers by K.A. Knight. I picked up this one just on reputation alone. I have no idea whatsoever what this book is about, other than it has a threesome in it at some point. I think. So I've heard. I'm actually not 100% sure. According to Goodreads, Den of Vipers is an 18+, so that includes me. Reverse harem romance which contains scenes of abuse, assault, graphic sex, and violence. Warning, this is a dark book. I love the darkness. Hello? Emo phase? It wasn't a phase, Mom. Sold. It was a hard sell, but I'm curious. $6. Just $6. What can it hurt? It'll probably hurt. Okay, that's it for the bargain deals. Now onto the real pain. First, we have a little title that was one of Reader's Guide Book Club favorites. Reader's Guide Book Club. Reader's Guide Book Club favorites. The Seven Husbands of Evelyn Hugo by Taylor Jenkins Reid. Now, unless you live under a rock, you probably have already read this one or know what it is about. I might as well be Patrick Starr. I know this book is very popular, and I know it has made the top list for many booktubers and book talkers and bookstagrammers and blah blah blah. And yes, I have every intention of reading it eventually. I ordered it off Amazon for $9.42, and when it arrived, I wasn't crazy about the feel of it. The paper felt a little damaged, like it was being kept in a damp warehouse, making the pages feel not great.
Is it new?
Yes, I bought it new. It also didn't have the book smell I love so much. That's part of the appeal of buying brand new books. This one kind of smells like wheat thins. But nonetheless, I do plan on reading my little damaged copy sometime in the near future, so stay tuned. All right, next we have the real good stuff. The stuff I had to bargain with myself to buy. Now, when I first started reading Akitar, I was renting it online from Libby, the library app. I love Libby, by the way. If you don't already know what it is and use it, what are you doing? The only thing about Libby is that once you get into a book, that ever-looming due date haunts you when you're desperate to purchase your own physical copy to offset that feeling of approaching dread. And that's what happened with Akitar. That's why I bought all of it. After reading the first half of the first book, I saved all my Kindle tabs and highlights and went online to purchase the first book. But then I did the math and saw if I just buy the entire series, I actually save about $5 rather than buying each one individually. I also know myself, and I knew I wouldn't have the self-control to wait between readings, so I did myself a favor, at least that's the excuse I'm going with, and bought the entire series, including A Court of Silver Flame, which I have also completed, so that was a quick $70.33 I didn't initially intend on spending so quickly. But let me tell you, even after that big of a ticket, I think I regret getting the paperbacks. Although they were much easier to handle than Silver Flame, I've come to realize I actually hate box sets. You can never get them out quick enough, and you risk damaging the books themselves if you're not patient. I'm not patient. It's annoying. Also, the hardbacks just look prettier on the shelves. They take up more space, which is an issue I'm trying to solve, and they just feel more epic to hold. Maybe I'll buy the set of hardbacks and sell these on Tango Books. There's an idea. Is it a good idea? No.
Can you tarot them?
Yeah, that's why it's a bad idea. All right, next on our buying binge of Sarah J. Maas, because at this point, I should just tell my work to direct deposit straight into her account. We have the Crescent City books. Both of them. Look how absolutely beautiful these two are. Wait.
What does it matter?
This one came first. Look how absolutely beautiful these two are. Who are these people? I don't know. I think someone's named Hunt. I don't know if that's Throne of Glass. I haven't gotten there yet. Another fantastical world I can't tell you enough how excited I am to enter. After the high of Akitar has leveled out, because let's face it, it still hasn't worn off. I am ready to enter another fantasy world written by Maas as soon as possible. I am trying to pace myself. I actually pre-ordered House of Sky and Breath and opened the box the day after it came out, and although I was excited to be part of the hype as everyone else in the world was also opening their book boxes, I still felt a bit left out, because I'm Patrick Starr, living under a rock. Alright, Next, we have a series that again started on Libby, which made me immediately buy the duology instead of continue on my little phone. These Violent Delights and Our Violent Ends by Chloe Gong. I only read about the first chapter before going off and purchasing the 2 books, full price. My Libby borrow was only for 1 week as a Jump the Line special, and I was already too far into Silver Flame. I didn't want to compromise its attention, so I stopped and waited for physical copies to come. I still haven't dove back in just yet, but I will. A Romeo and Juliet retelling, but Shanghai in the 20s? Yes, please. Absolutely. Thank you. Sold. All right, and last but not least on this painfully expensive list, we have Gallant by the great V. Schwab. You already heard me discuss this one on this month's TBR video, but as you may or may not know, the timeline of the scripts and filming of these videos are not always in order, so here goes. This one I pre-ordered months ago when pre-ordering began, and as of writing this, I am not sure if I'll have the physical copy by the time I film it, but if I do, look! Ah, it came! If I don't, I'll show you when it does, but I did. Here it is. Isn't it cute? I love the little square shape. It's different. It's square. Different. I have been itching for another Schwab for a while now, and even though I still have some of her titles that have gone unread, again, rational thoughts, can't find them. I can't wait to enter yet another world envisioned by Schwab and just bask in her imagination and prose. 11 books and a lot of money later, we have some progress on the status of these shelves. Are they still quite empty? Yes. But it's getting better, and I couldn't be happier. By the way, if you'd like to send me things to put on these shelves, whether that be your own book, if you have your own book, please send it to me. Or send me a link, I'll buy it. Knickknacks, anything really. We do have a P.O. box. The address is down below. Nothing living or perishable, please. All right, that's all I have for you today, my dear viewers. Thank you so much for watching my little quirky channel. Be sure to like this video if you liked it and subscribe for more hauls, reviews, TBRs, vlogs, and so much more. Today's shout out goes to Jonathan's Library. I hear you, Jonathan. Hardbacks are a luxury. One that could hurt the wrists with long time use. But oh, are they worth it when you satisfyingly close the back cover after finishing a heavy hardback, or the weight of it in your hands shifting as you continue reading. Mass market paperbacks can burn in hell though. All right, I'm off to go find a seller on Tango Books that has exactly what I'm looking for, all for sale under one shelf, which sounds too good to be true, but with the amount of romance I've been reading, anything is possible with a positive outlook. Stay lost, keep reading, support your local bookstores. Goodbye. Food, please. Oh, we didn't do thumbnail for any of them.